welcome to LALIP. We are excited to be presenting our third Business Committee report, video report for the month of July. As we're 15 weeks in, we're trying to give as much information to you as possible to keep you informed as to what we as a business committee are doing. And just to reiterate what I've said, what we have said in the first couple of videos, the business committee is an arm of the board. We have 7 board members, and the chair of the board each year designates 3 members to serve as the business committee, and we are tasked with making the money. And good morning, good afternoon, Terry and Teresa. We are tasked with making the money, and then the chair appoints 3 others to the services committee, and they get the good duty of spending the money on all the service programs. And so at the annual General Council meeting at March, we heard loud and clear from the membership that we need to diversify our tribal economy on the reservation. Our businesses have, new development had went stagnant, our revenue had went stagnant, and our membership continued to grow. Needs continue to grow, so it is our duty as a business committee to get out there and find more business development and make some more money, and we have been striving to get that done. We're actually in the very early stages of developing another arm of the board of directors, which will be a business development arm that will run like a business. And over the tribe's history, we have been running business like a government, and government running business never produces the profit that our membership needs. So we are analyzing what it is going to take to begin running businesses as business from a business-minded standpoint and try to take the government politics out of running business. And so we're at the very early stages of developing that process and that concept, and it's going to take a couple of more months. But in the meantime, we are developing the new cannabis recreational facility up at the Key Bank site, and we are beginning that business model, concept model with Key Bank. It's not going to be ran by a government, it's going to be ran by the business arm of the tribe. And so it really is the first stage of this new business development concept. And we'll have more to talk about that at the next August video report to you. But for now, we're opening the Cannabis Store soon, we hope. We're a year behind schedule. And with this new board, we're finally able to make some decisions that are elevating this. So I'm going to ask you, Terry, if maybe you can talk a little bit about cannabis and what we're doing with that.
Well, we're really excited about getting the store up and running for the profit that will be coming in. We just advertised the position for the director and working on all of the policies and got our compact pretty much finished. So we'll be ready to open and operate. Hopefully we're looking at September, if
Late September.
Late September, if it all goes well.
That's a hope and a dream.
So there will be a lot of job opportunities. We're excited about this because this is the first step in our cannabis endeavors, and it will be, starting with retail, looking at the medical piece, looking at research, and looking at how we can take our tribe to the next level, but provide profit to provide more services for our people.
Okay, so we are very, very close to signing the compact with the state of Washington. Our legal department, thanks to Lee Shannon, legal expert, had worked the compact as far as he could, and then the board of directors met with the Liquor Control Board, the Liquor and Cannabis Control Board, last week, and we pretty much nailed down the compact. So we're expecting at the August 5th board meeting that we're going to be approving the contract with a signing ceremony shortly thereafter. And the hope and dream is that we're going to open that cannabis store late September. And that's a pretty aggressive schedule, but we're going to hold tight to that, and we'll see what we can do to meet that goal. So the Cedar Creek project is coming along nicely. Teresa Gyra has been coordinating the team effort to get the design done. And Teresa, maybe I'll ask you to talk a little bit about the QCC and what we're doing there.
Right. So the Cedar Creek Casino, hopefully the groundbreaking will be mid-September. I think September 13th is the date being thrown out there for groundbreaking, and so that's very exciting. And Teresa and her team have been working very hard and diligent to get us to this point. And but a lot of the discussion has been, what about a hotel? And if we do a hotel, what kind of hotel? A 2-star, 3-star, 4-star hotel, and we now know the cost to run a 4-star up here at the big house, what that cost and looks like. And if your customers are local, can we do a 3-star so a lot of that's being talked about now and saying, okay, how can we do that? And the great part is the way the design is, they already left that spot for where the hotel would go, so it can be added easily.
So before you move on to maybe talk about it a little bit more, the success of Cedar Village has been phenomenal over its last 20 years, and maybe talk a little bit about what that's doing to the hotel industry in our area.
Well, Tulalip's success is booming Marysville, and that's just a reality. And we have been increasing Marysville's businesses since the 90s, since we started doing our development. And so you're seeing that with all the chain hotels that are coming up at 88th, at 116th, all the different hotels. And so instead of off reservation capturing our hotels, we should have our own hotel to capture that business, because the need is there. Our resort is maxed out every single weekend, weeks ahead. And so any event happens, it's sold out. And so we have a need.
What you're saying is our hotel runs at about 90% occupancy, yes. Every day of the year. Yeah. And so we don't have enough rooms. In Marysville, for the membership that doesn't know, up at 116th, you'll see that there's about a 5-story hotel going on, being built today up there. And we now know that on 88th, on the north side of 88th, is another hotel that's coming, in addition to the hotel that's on the south side of 88th. So just right directly across from our development, we're going to have 3 hotels, and they're still going to be short of rooms. So we're analyzing the potential of putting another hotel for the Q project. And so the Q will open groundbreaking ceremony in mid-September. What is it going to take to get us to mid-September, though? We got the Justice Center that...
Right. So the Justice Center is in the works right now. It's being constructed. So we're moving our Justice Center, the court, the police, all to the HP building, formerly known as the Hewlett-Packard building, which is now ours, across the street. And so hopefully they are in construction now and should be moved in by the end of August, the beginning of September. So it'll be a tight time frame there of getting that done, getting them moved, and moving all of the trailers, which will be demolished, not refurbished, at the south lot, and then groundbreaking will happen.
All right, so it's pretty exciting that the new Justice Center, which is really going to be a pretty phenomenal center, when the membership gets to see its finished product, you're going to be excited to see what's there. And that work should be done in mid-August, and then the transition from the old facility to the new facility will occur. And it's going to be a gorgeous facility. And so we're endeavoring to get that project done. One of the, what I really like is that we are now beginning the master planning stages of what are we doing with the old casino when we demolish that. And so we're master planning that, and at the same time, the Cedar Village Council also is master planning some more in Cedar Village, and it just so happens they hired the same guy we hired, or we hired the same guy they hired. And so we're going to be discussing a big, huge master plan for the 4th Street area all the way up to 140th, which is the north boundary of Tulalip, and all the I-5 frontage there, the freeway visibility property. What can we do with that property to really enhance the tribe's revenue? And we've got some really great ideas of where we're going, what we're going to be sitting down and having a charrette where we invite all of our community development folks, our planning commission folks, and a whole host of people to talk about what do we see there. And we have a vision that it's going to be we, the business committee, have a vision that the North Power Center, which is just north of the Seattle Premium Outlets, is going to be a family-orientated center. And we're not sure what we're going to do there. We're hoping a water theme park, and we're in negotiations now, just starting to visit with some of those folks. And then they would be an anchor tenant for what we're going to do all around that zone. And what's further exciting is that we've got Smoky Point, which just went crazy up there with development. And connecting Smoky Point to Tulalip with some arterials is going to be key to probably not in the next 3, 4, 5 years, but 10, 20 years down the road. 4th Street to Smoky Point will become one big zone, and we want to take advantage of that and master plan that properly. So maybe Terry, you can talk a little bit about what you envision for the North Power Center, because your department is located, or your old
My
department,
previous department.
your Terrell
Yeah.
department is in the North Power Center area.
Yes. We're looking at relocating the Terrell Vocational Training Center, and we're looking at a couple options, but one of them is to purchase some property in Marysville, and we're looking at, is it the best value? But one thing that we need to be aware of, we need to be purchasing property around the I-5 corridor, even in Marysville, because we have competing businesses coming in. That way we can have those businesses in those spots. But at the Power Center, the whole area up there, it could be a destination. We want to make this a destination place. I was really excited about the water park, but also looking at, like what we've said, the Dave and Buster on steroids, but all kinds of entertainment to keep our youth busy, to keep the places for adults to go to have things to do with their families. But it's a really exciting time. But our key thing to do in the business committee is to evaluate it and analyze it well to make sure we're making a profit. Not just leasing property out and collecting that little bit of lease money, but actually making profit on business. So it's exciting that we're going to be doing our charrette and doing some master planning that's needed to be done for a long time, because the vision can be really big, but we have to be together and get this moving in the right direction. It's an exciting time.
It really is exciting times, and this business committee is pretty aggressive as to what I've seen with prior business committees, even committees that I've sat on way back since 1996. And so I like what this team here is envisioning and wanting to move forward and move our people forward and do good things for our people. But at the same time, this committee has so many other duties besides business related. And Teresa, you in particular, serve on a lot of committees, not just state, but nationally. Affiliated Tribes of Northwest Indians, ATNI, NCAI, National Congress of American Indians. Maybe you can talk a little bit about the committees, the multitude of committees that you sit on, and give us a legislative update, what's going on state and nationally.
Yeah, quickly, yes. For the past 3 years, I've been serving on the executive board for Affiliate Tribes of Northwest Indians, ATNI, and we oversee 56 tribes that work together on policy out of 6 states. And so I'm the second vice president of ATNI, and at NCAI, delegate and alternate for that as well. And next week, actually on someone's birthday, we'll be traveling to National Indian Gaming Association.
NIGA.
NIGA. And so NIGA, we always think, oh, they're gaming, right? Well, it's not just protecting gaming, which is most important, but it's taxation, it's economic development, it's everything to do with building up a tribe and providing for sovereignty and protecting what we currently have. And so next week, when we go to DC, it'll be Terry and myself and our attorney Lisa Coop who are going. And the three issues that we'll be talking about are the Tribal Labor Sovereignty Act. And right now, that's a bill in Congress. We only have 13 senators who've signed on. All 13 are Republican senators and the bill is to clarify the rules of the National Labor Act on reservations and with tribes. And so it's clarifying what is appropriate and what is not. And so we're hoping to get our Senator Cantwell and Senator Murray to support us on this bill, which has been in the works for years. And the second one is, we'll be talking about the Violence Against Women Act, and the reauthorization is in 2018. And Tulalip, since we've been a pilot tribe for that since 2014, we've had 25 cases, and of that means 25 cases of tribal members who were assaulted and or affected by domestic violence or sexual abuse by a non-tribal member. And so
we've prosecuted 25 that otherwise would have went unprosecuted.
We've prosecuted 15. We have 6 cases pending, and then 4 cases didn't go forward, or work out the math how that works. And of those, we've had 5 cases with children. And so we have now a relationship with the federal prosecuting office, and so the feds have stepped in to help prosecute crimes against children.
So the Violence Against Women Act don't have that ability to prosecute when it's an act against a child, which is just craziness. And so you're back in DC, and Terry's back in DC, and you're lobbying to extend the violence against women to violence against children as well. So very, very hectic schedule that you have, Teresa. And
yeah. Well, the third issue, just quickly, is the budget. And so the budget, we talked a little bit about it in our last meeting. Unfortunately, the president proposed his budget, and now Congress takes it and does what they want. Unfortunately, Congress has been following what the president has outlined, and so there's currently a budget to cut tribal police, tribal courts, victims of crimes funds at 33%. And so that's happening this week. And so when we go back next week, be able to advocate, Indian Health Services is being cut as well. Medicare is being cut. And so unfortunately, we had high hopes Congress wouldn't carry over those cuts, but it's looking like they are. So the potential...
And that won't affect this year's budget.
It'll
be
affect
next year's budget.
2018.
And so there's a good reason why the Business Committee needs to get very aggressive with developing some more revenue. So our Constitution provides that we are compelled as tribal leaders to preserve and cultivate our culture, both written, our arts and crafts, our history. And so we do that to the best that we can. And we just concluded, and Terry, you were a big part of this, the salmon ceremony, which was started a number of years ago and you'll talk about it. And then one of the other great events that we do is Spibida, that again you were deeply involved in. So maybe we'll close with you talking about that.
My dad, Stan Jones, helped revive that salmon ceremony 41 years ago. So I've been practicing for 41 years. So it's been a great event, and it's really exciting because the salmon ceremony opens their arms to all people to come in, and so we had so many youth. It was beautiful. It was a great event. And then this last week we had the Spibida days, and that was another really awesome event. Both have to do with water, but with the salmon ceremony, honoring our first king salmon coming in, and treating them as an honored guest, so they will go back to the salmon people under the sea and tell them how well they were treated at Tulalip, so we'll have a bountiful year. And At Spibita, we've caught the most salmon that we've ever caught.
This
down
year?
there. This year.
Wonderful.
And they were huge and they were beautiful. I got to bring my dad down there this year, and he just turned 91 Monday. So, and he got to go out on the boat, and when the fish came in, I brought him a big fish to show him. You know, he was excited because that's where our
How
life was.
exciting.
It was a beautiful day. There were so many community members down there, and that's what we need. It's all about the healing and the community together. It was a phenomenal day.
And I wished I could have been there, but I was practicing my culture over on Camino Island. I bring my family over there a couple times a year, and we camp out overnight. And it just happened to be Friday night, so we weren't able to get to the ceremony. But you know, it's what we all do, practice our culture. And so we're going to finally close. I thought we were going to there, but we're going to close. We have officially declared this the Year of the Woman, and here I am outnumbered on my committee by 2 women. But maybe each of you can talk a little bit about the upcoming honoring of women and grandmothers. I'll start with you, Teresa.
So we nailed down a day, August 16th.
August 16th, that's
Will
the day.
be the official day we honor our grandmothers. It's going to be exciting being able to honor our eldest amongst us and those who are our life givers of our tribe. And so it's going to be an honor just to be able to witness it and participate in the event as well. And so an exciting thing is our chairwoman, she is asked that we have an interview of all of our female past board members and current board members. And so we're hoping being able to get that video together by the event of, because we have 4 past female board members who are still with us and 4 current ones. And so that'll be a great.
Exciting. That's going to be such a fun day. And just for the membership's benefit, we have, I believe, about 180 grandmothers, 62 and over, and a whole bunch of other ones that are under 62. But we're gonna honor all grandmothers that day. Terry, you want to talk a little bit about grandmothers?
This is going to be another phenomenal event. But the thing is it's the healing. It's to bring in the community together. And the families, that's our number 1 priority. You know, even though we're the business committee, we're creating the money to support, but it's all about families and community and doing that healing. So it's just going to be a wonderful day. I can't wait.
Well said. All right. Well, we want to thank you for watching this July Business Committee report, and we're really excited to be able to present these to you. And if you have any feedback, we would love to hear from you. We want to know how we're doing, and maybe you have some ideas that you would like us to present. So if you have any questions, comments, ideas, concepts, please reach out to Nikki Cleary, who is producing these, and she will gather that data and present it to us. And then we're going to be looking forward to the August report. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.